Hi, it's Sarah Bagby. I'm the owner of Watermark Books and Cafe, and you're listening to Book Broadcast. Ishmael Beah recently noted that stories are medicine. They have been since the beginning of time. And we need medicine now. We need stories now. We need voices now. I want to tell you about a poet from Kansas. He grew up in Topeka. He is now the director of the Schomburg Center for Research of the New York Public Library, and he is also the poetry editor of The New Yorker. He has written some amazing books about race and about the Black experience, and his most recent book of collection of poetry is called Brown Poems. It's divided into two sections. The first section is about growing up in Topeka, Kansas as a young Black boy. His mom took him to church every day, and the preacher was the Reverend Brown, who was the Brown of Brown versus Board of Education. It's an amazing collection that brings you right to the heart of an experience as what it feels like to be a young Black person growing up in Kansas. This book is one that you can read and you can reflect on, and it's an important and should be required reading for anyone who's grown up in Kansas. Another book of essential reading should be The Nickel Boys by Colson Whitehead. It's the Jim Crow era. There's a young boy. He's grown up with his grandparents. He makes one teenage innocent mistake, and that is the mistake that will determine the rest of his life. He's sent to a draconian and brutal boys' school that has been based on a real school in Florida. Colson Whitehead can bring to bear in the most spare language the most cruel and incomprehensible behavior in a way that makes it palatable but really hard. So all I can say is that Colson Whitehead has shown how one simple mistake that anyone could make, but because of the color of Elwood's skin, his mistake sets him on a trajectory to a future that no one should have to endure.
Hi, I'm Rebecca here at Watermark Books with another recommendation from our really excellent Black Lives Matter display. This book, Tulsa 1921, Reporting a Massacre, is a really wonderful account of the massacres in Tulsa that happened around a lynching of a Black man in 1921. Obviously, the 100-year anniversary is coming right up, and that spurred the publication of this book. But the author has done some really excellent research, drawing from firsthand accounts, drawing from the newspaper, looking at what happened to spur such an amazing massacre and murder of a whole neighborhood of people, burning businesses and homes to the ground. These are lessons that we should be learning about our history. This happened very close to us. I think it's an excellent read for this time. Another book that I'd like to point out is this very beautiful photography book based around James Baldwin's The Fire Next Time. James Baldwin traveled the country with Life magazine while he was writing The Fire Next Time, all about the civil rights movements. And this has some really beautiful photographs from that time. It features a wonderful introduction by John Lewis, a famed civil rights leader and U.S. Congressman. We do have one copy available in the store at 50% off right now for one lucky reader. Thank you so much.
Hi, I'm Anastasia, and I'd like to talk about Riot Baby today. Riot Baby is a short, powerful novel that explores structural racism and its negative effects on the lives of all African Americans, but especially those of Black children. It's the story of brother and sister Ella and Kevin, beginning with Kevin's birth during the Rodney King riots in LA, then moving to Harlem. As Kevin is quickly ensnared by mass incarceration, Ella grapples with her growing powers of insight and how they might be used to battle against structural violence and discrimination. Just barely dystopian, Riot Baby deals with issues that have never been more relevant than the current moment.